Hello everyone, my name is Joseph and welcome back to the Popsicleknight channel. This video is sponsored by PTCGO the best place for you to get Pokemon TCG code cards. Are you looking to complete your card collection online for the latest set? PTCGO has everything you need. And please remember to use my code NIGHT22 at checkout so that you can get a 5% discount. Please enjoy the discount and your purchase directly supports the content I create in this channel. Thank you guys so much for your support and for your supporting PTCGO. In today's video, we'll be showcasing Magcargo from the Lost Origins set. Now, I haven't seen a lot of videos showcasing this particular card. It's probably because it's not competitive and it is a little bit awkward to set up. But for the sake of science, we're going to explore just how well it does in a Lost Zone type build. And what makes Magcargo unique is because of its attack, Lost Volcano. For 2 fire and 1 colorless energy, it deals 220 damage, which is a pretty decent damage output. With the help of the choice belt, you can increase this even further, up to 250 damage when going against a Pokemon V. But then you have to put all energies attached to this Pokemon in the Lost Zone. And that can be good because that helps you set up for your other Lost Zone attackers and also your Lost Zone trainer cards such as Cramorant, Sableye, and Mirage Gate, because all of these cards require a certain amount of cards in your Lost Zone before you can effectively use them. Energizing Magcargo's attack is pretty simple. You can also use Magma Basin Stadium to help energize a fire energy from your discard pile to one of your benched fire type Pokemon, but then you have to put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. And since we're using fire energies, I added Radiant Charizard in this build as well. Thanks to his Combustion Blast attack, which deals 250 damage, and thanks to his Excited Heart ability, you might just be able to use this attack for a single fire energy. As for the rest of the deck, it's typical of your Lost Zone type build. We have Comfey to help us draw extra cards and put more cards in the Lost Zone, Colress Experiment to look at the top 5 cards of your deck, put 3 in your hand and 2 in the Lost Zone, and I did add 1 line of Bayonet so that we can recover supporter cards from our discard pile back to the hand, and then also put the Bayonet line in the Lost Zone. And finally, I added 1 copy of Miltank with the Miracle Body ability, which prevents any attack damage being done to it by a Pokemon V. This might just be able to help us stall, especially when we're still trying to set up our Magcargo. Anyways, that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below. Now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing Magcargo. Alright, let's get right into our first match. My opponent goes first and we got a Comfey. Nice. You always want to start with Comfey as much as possible. And I think I'm going to put Sableye in play just in case. And my opponent's going to start with Arceus V. Dude, they're just going to pass. Alright. Flower selecting. We got Colress Experiment. Nice. We can use that this turn. Alright, we got a Slugma. That's really nice. Okay. I'm going to go for the Switch and Lost City. We have Level Ball. I can grab another Comfey with that. We can use Switch to use Flower Selecting again. I'm going to put Cramorant in play as well. Grab Comfey with this Level Ball. And then we can even attack with Cramorant because we'll have 4 cards in the Lost Zone. Okay, we got these 2. I think I'm going to go for Serena. Unfortunately, there's no way for us to switch into Cramorant now. So I think I'm just going to pass for now. We could have attacked, but unfortunately, we could not get Comfey out of the active spot. And we can't attack with Radiant Charizard, so I just didn't want to put that in the bench. Okay. They got Collapse Stadium anyways, so thankfully, we didn't have to discard any of our Pokemon. They're also using Colress Experiment. So they are using some type of Lost Zone engine in their build. And they used up their Canceling Cologne for some reason. It doesn't really affect us this turn. And they're going to use Starbirth with their Arceus V-Star. They can grab any 2 cards from their deck. They have double turbo energy, but I don't know if there's any other way they can put another energy on their Arceus V-Star. And they also have Flying Pikachu V. Alright. And they're just going to pass. Nice. We got to switch. Let's evolve into Magcargo. And let's use Flower Selecting. Alright, we got Magma Basin. I think I'm going to go for that. I can bump out their Stadium. And we can start energizing our Magcargo. But we don't have any energies in the discard pile. We have 5 cards in the Lost Zone. We can use Mirage Gate at some point, but we need 2 more cards in the Lost Zone. Just gonna get this switch for now. And then I think I'm just gonna attack with Cramorant. Deal 110 damage against their Arceus V-Star. It is within knockout range with our Magcargo. Once they knock out our Cramorant, we can switch into Comfey, get another card in the Lost Zone. We can use Mirage Gate to accelerate energy to Magcargo, and we should be able to deal 220 damage. But they are going to use Marnie, so we're going to lose that Mirage Gate. Okay. Okay, never mind. I got another one. Alright. They're going to knock out my Cramorant. That gets them 1 prize. And they also energize their Flying Pikachu VMAX, which is kind of dangerous because now we won't be able to attack it with Cramorant. But thankfully, we have our Magcargo in line. I need Fire Energies, but I'm going to go for Chlorus Experiment. We have Mirage Gate anyways. We can use it now. So, I could just attack with Cramorant for now. And then probably you just use Sableye to knock it out. Because I really want to reserve my Magcargo. And I think I'm just going to go for these 3. Because I already put the other Slugma in the Lost Zone. So there's no way for us to use that other Magcargo. And then I'm just going to grab another Comfey with this Heavy Ball. And I mean, I can use Mirage Gate to put an energy on Comfey to get it out of the active. And I'm just going to thin out my deck here. I think I'm going to go for Shuppet. Once we evolve it, we can even recover a supporter card later on. Alright, so we need 1 more card in the Lost Zone to use Sableye. And that's going to be helpful in knocking out that Flying Pikachu VMAX, because it is immune to basic Pokemon attacks. And I think I'm just... Wait, we can use Magma Basin and then attack. There we go. So 220 damage to their Arceus V-Star. We have 1 energy to our Magcargo. We can just use Magma Basin to energize it fully. That way we can attack for 220 damage. But they are going to retreat their Arceus V-Star to attack with Flying Pikachu VMAX. Just pivot into Comfey for now. Flower selecting. Okay, do I need the energy or Serena? I think I'm going to go for Serena. Okay, I think their Arceus is within knockout range. We can split the damage counter between Flying Pikachu VMAX and Arceus. At least we can get 2 prizes for now. And I'm just going to use Mirage Gate to put an energy on Magcargo and Sableye. Oh wait, I should have put that on Comfey. Oh boy. If we can't retreat it, we won't be able to attack with Sableye. That might have been a mistake here. Let's just use Avery. Okay, we got a Mirage Gate, another one. Alright. We should have more energies in the deck, so let's see. At least we can put an energy on Comfey, retreat it, and then we're just going to use Sableye to finish off their Arceus and maybe add some damage counters on their Flying Pikachu VMAX. Miltank is useful. I think that's going to block their attacks for sure. So I'm just going to put the Fire Energy on Comfey, put 1 energy on Miltank, and I'm just going to hard retreat into Sableye. We need to do this right now because their Aspeon, if they evolve into a VMAX, we won't be able to use Lost Mine. It won't affect their Pokemon, so might as well take this chance, eliminate their Arceus V-Star, and put 6 damage counter on Flying Pikachu VMAX. Alright, so that gets us 2 prizes at least. And our Magcargo is now fully energized thanks to the Magma Basin. And we're just going to reserve that against this Flying Pikachu VMAX, right? And I think... Dude, I think it's within knockout range. We have Choice Belt. It only has 250 HP left. We're dealing 220 with a Choice Belt. That's 250. We can knock out this Flying Pikachu VMAX to get 3 prizes, bro. Let's go. So, yeah, let's just do that. Lost Volcano. There it is. And a scoop. I'll take it. Good game, man. Good game. Alright, let's move on to our next match. My opponent will go first again. And I think I'm going to start with Cramorant in the active spot. We have Slugma, which is really good. Can energize it, but there's no way for us to draw into extra cards, so this is really bad. We could get stuck this way and just dead draw, which is really bad. My opponent's gonna start with a Bidoof in the active spot, which could be bad because it has 2 retreat cost. The new Bidoof is actually better because not only does it prevent attack damage from happening to it when it's in the bench, it also has 1 retreat cost only. And they have Charmander. Okay, we're going up against a Charizard build. And ooh, we got a Comfey from the top deck. That is insane. We got a switch. Use flower selecting. Dude, that was a good draw. And I think I'm going to go for Serena in case they knock out my Comfey. We have a draw option here. Put an energy. Let's just... I'm just going to sacrifice this 1 energy. And... Alright. Just gonna put Radiant Charizard in play, and I'm just gonna pass. Hopefully they don't knock out my Comfey, because that's my only lifeline right now to help us draw extra cards. And we only have 1 card in the Lost Zone. We cannot attack with Cramorant just yet. There's the rare candy. They evolve into Charizard. Alright. Choice Belt's not gonna deal any extra damage against our Pokemon. And of course, their Bibarel will draw cards until they have 5 cards in their hand. So if they have a switch, an extra energy could just help them get a knockout here, and we're gonna get stuck, basically. They're gonna get Charmander and Swablu with their Sonia. Alright, Swablu, okay. Battle Sense. So you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, take 1, put it into your hand, and then discard the other 2, and they're just gonna pass. Nice. Okay, we got a level ball. We're just gonna grab another Comfey with this level ball. Use flower selecting first. Escape Road sounds good. And then we can switch the other Comfey. Flower selecting again. And ooh, okay, Color's Experiment. Nice. We can add more cards in the Lost Zone, helping us to get closer to using our other Pokemon here. So I'm just gonna grab Sableye, Magma Basin, and Raihan. We do have Fire Energy, so we can use Magma Basin this turn even. And attach an energy. I'll just continue to energize my Magcargo line. And then I'm going to use my Escape Rope. Push back their Bibarel. If we can get a chip damage on that Charizard with Cramorant, that would be good. Otherwise, we can just knock out either Charmander or Swablu, whichever one they switch out. Okay, Swablu will be our knockout this turn. So I'm just going to use Spit Innocently to deal 110 damage for our first prize. Nice, we got a Color's Experiment. So that's very significant, that knockout, because we are taking 1 prize at a time, each of us. And it really comes down to who can get ahead in prize. So this is a prize race, basically. But there is a downside to this matchup. We are at a disadvantage in a way, because their Charizard has 170 HP, which with Cramorant can only deal 110 damage. We will require 2 turns before we can knock one out. But 170, 110... I guess we can chip damage their Charizard, maybe 2 of them with Cramorant, and then we can use Sableye to spread 60 damage each of those Charizard and get 2 knockouts in a single turn. So that still puts us in an even playing field, I guess. And we also have Magcargo line to deal 220 damage, which 1 hit knocks out their Charizard. And we also have Radiant Charizard, so that we can deal 250 damage late game. And that should still help us to be in an even playing field. They have more HP than we do, but we have more firepower, I believe. Because their setup is a little bit more awkward than ours. They are a stage 2. They have to evolve into a stage 2. So setup will be a little bit more difficult for our opponents. So I think after analyzing what each build is capable of, I think we have the advantage overall. So they are going to deal a knockout blow against our Cramorant. 200 damage. So they can pretty much knock out any of our Pokemon with a single hit as well. And we're just going to continue to build up our Lost Zone. We don't need Manaphy, so we're just going to go into the Lost Zone. Hopefully we don't need it because that's our only copy. Use our other Comfey. Okay, we got a Magcargo. Nice. Now we can evolve. Deal 220 damage for a single blow against their Charizard. Okay, we have 7 cards in the Lost Zone. We can use Mirage Gate now. And we just need 3 more to use our Sableye. Let's go ahead and evolve. And then put Sableye in the bench. I can use Raihan, I guess. I can put an energy on Charizard. And then let's see what we can grab here. Go for another Cramorant. Oh, you know what? Lost City would be good. Because if we put their Charizard in the Lost Zone, they will not be able to recover it. So Lost Volcano, 220 damage, 3 cards in the Lost Zone, and that also puts their Charizard line in the Lost Zone. And that could make a big difference. If they have no access to that Pokemon to recover, they will not be able to evolve into more Charizards. They evolve into Altaria, which allows them to get supporter cards from their deck and put it on their top deck. And they're probably just going to use Bibarel to draw into them, which is pretty nice. And Altaria has free retreats, so they can just retreat back to their Charizard. And a good thing we took out that Magma Basin, because that actually helps them out. They just put those energies onto their Charizard to power it up and start attacking. But without it, if they don't have the energy, they might not be able to attack. Okay, they have boss orders. They're going for a boss orders. And they're going to grab it with Battle Sense. Alright. So, Magcargo is actually a pretty decent attacker, but that's the only thing. Once you attack, you lose all the energies and it just gets stuck in the active spot. It has 3 retreat costs, so if you don't have any switching options, it's just going to get stuck there. And you hope that your opponent will just knock it out, but if they don't, yeah, it's going to be really, really awkward for you. And that's one of the downside with Magcargo. It's just the high retreat cost and the fact that you lose all the energy after you attack with it. And if you don't have any scoop up nets, which it's rotating out, there's no way for you to get it out of your board or get it out of play. So it's just going to get stuck there, filling up your bench or anything like that. My opponent's going to boss my Radiant Charizard. If they can switch out, get an energy, they can knock it out. And we're going to lose our attacker, but they're just going to pass. Okay. And I think Radiant Charizard will be useful late game. I just want to reserve it. Can get this Mirage Gates. Can get this Bayonet line. But I think we have so much cards in the Lost Zone right now. I don't think we really need it. I'm just going to go for Sableye and Comfey. And then get this level ball. We got Slugma. Okay. What I could do is just use Mirage Gates. Alright, so we can put these 2 energies to Charizard. I think I'm just going to retreat it because I really want to reserve it. I don't want it to get knocked out. So with these 3 energies, I can retreat, get rid of these 3 energies into Cramorant, get a knockout against this Altaria for free. And that also puts it in the Lost Zone, bro. That Lost City is actually pretty broken. They can knock out my Cramorant, but we have another one, and we have plenty of attackers that can just knock out their Charizard. So a few things about my deck. I'm not using any Battle VIP Pass. I probably mentioned that already, but I just prefer the level boss because with Oranguru rotating out, getting rid of it is actually pretty hard, the Battle VIP Pass. So just having a bunch of level balls, you can just search out your Comface easier along the way. So I just switched out Battle VIP Pass with level balls. It's preference. If you guys like Battle VIP Pass, go for it. But that's what I'm going for. And this matchup is a little bit harder than it looks because, like I said, their Charizard has a lot more HP than many of our Pokemon, and Cramorant does not deal for weakness, so it's only dealing 110 damage. That's okay. It's doing its job. It got a few knockouts, so we are good to go. And I just feel bad with Magcargo, man. It's just sitting there. It's just not doing anything, and without any more energies accessible to us, that's gonna be very bad too. It's just gonna sit there and we won't be able to attack with it. I mean, if we have one fire energy, we can attack for 30 damage, I guess. But I think there's a bit of a balance to that, regardless, because it does help put cards in the Lost Zone, and then you just have to attack with your other Lost Zone attackers like Cramorant and Sableye. Okay, so they knock out my Cramorant, and they've already taken two prizes. See if we can energize. We need Ordinary Rod to attack with Sableye because we need the energy, but we have no way. There's no way for us to attack, so I'm just gonna use our escape rope. We have to retreat our Sableye back. I think I'm just gonna use Comfey to draw extra cards this turn. So this is pretty dangerous, and this is what I don't like about the Magcargo line in this deck, because when you lose a lot of energies, it can be very, very dangerous. Let's use flower selecting. We don't need choice belts, so I think I'm just gonna get Comfey, I guess. And at least we can use their Magma Basin to energize our Pokemon. Just put it on Charizard, I guess. I'm just gonna pass. Alright, so first of all, we can use Sableye. We just need an energy. We need that Ordinary Rod to recover them. But I think Magcargo is pretty much done. Okay, their Charizard is getting there. It's pretty dangerous there. I think we can just take it out with our Sableye. Again, we just need to get our recovery here. Get our Psychic Energy to put on Sableye. And then we can just... I think it's within knockout range, right? 160 HP on their Charizard. So we can just put 12 damage counters on it and just knock it out, right? And then their Barrel might just be stuck in the active spot. Let's use Flower Selecting. Okay, we got Level Ball again. Let's see what we got in the deck. We got one Fire Energy. There's the Ordinary Rod and one Escape Rope. Let me check again. Yeah, we got Mirage Gate as well. I think I'll need to use my Colress Experiment. I know I have 8 cards left in the deck, but I'm going to take the chance. We got the Ordinary Rod. We got Magma Basin. Got a Mirage Gate. So that's good. Okay, we got 2 energies to recover. Let's go ahead and use our Ordinary Rod. Do both. Alright, 2 Cramorants that can attack for free, which is really good. We don't need energies for that. And then just recover these 2 for Sableye. And then Mirage Gate. Okay, we got another Fire Energy. So let's put this Fire Energy on Comfey. We can retreat it. Put one on Sableye. And then we can just... Lost Mine, right? Yeah, let's Lost Mine to their Radiant Charizard. And that's going to allow us to get 1 extra prize this turn. Alright, nice. There it is. Exactly the damage we needed to put on it. Got an Avery. Alright. Well played. Okay. I mean, you still have 2 Pokemon, man. I can't attack with Magcargo. They have a Raihan. They could retreat their Bibarel. Knock out my Sableye. I can knock out their Charizard with Radiant Charizard. I don't have any recovery though, which is really bad. And yeah, they could still win this game, guys. One downside to putting all of your energies in the Lost Zone is exactly this. Not being able to attack consistently if your resources are really low. Okay, they're just gonna pass. All right, that's actually that's actually really good. What I'm gonna do is just Lost Mine this 12 damage counters on their Bibarel. That gets us another prize. Their other Charizard is actually out of range for a knockout, so leaving that Bibarel in that knockout range is actually really bad for our opponent. And now even if they knock out our Sableye, we have Radiant Charizard to finish off their Pokemon for the last prize, and that's gonna win us the game. There it is. Magcargo did help out a little bit for that 220 damage output for a knockout, but yeah, losing all of your energies, you're just gonna get stuck not being able to use Magcargo for the rest of the game. And just think of it, post rotation you won't have access to Scoop Up Net. You can't get it out of your board, so it's just sitting there. It's just sitting there. This slug is just having the time of its life, just watching as his teammates do their thing. But yeah, my opponent needs 4 more prizes to go. They can get 1 more prize this turn, but with the last prize, we only need 1 more prize, and we're just gonna take that with our Radiant Charizard. And here it is, guys, for the win. Combustion Blast for a knockout. Wow, good game. Not a bad game at all. Alright, moving on to our next match. This time we get to go first. Really nice. Alright, we got 2 Comfays. That's really good. We got 2 switching options. But going first, we can't use our support cards. At least that's going to get us... these 2 Comfays are going to get us 2 cards in the Lost Zone. And, okay, we're going up against a Water-type build. They have Bidoof in the active. Let's get this Escape Rope. We have... another Flower Selecting. Cramorant sounds good. We can use Level Ball to get another Comfey. Yeah, let's just do that. Switch. Flower Selecting for our third. I'm gonna go for the Magma Basin. We already have Culver's Experiment, so we're just gonna go for Magma Basin. I'm just gonna pass. You don't want to put your Stadium cards in play right away, because if your opponent has a counter, they're just gonna put theirs, and then you just basically wasted your Stadium. So just hold off on it, be patient. And so they have Snom in the active. They haven't set up anything yet. All right. Let's use Flower Selecting for now. All right, we got Sableye. Let's put this energy. We can retreat onto our Cramorant, and I think I'm just gonna use Color's Experiment before I attack, and we're just gonna get these 3. I don't know if we're going up against a V-type Pokemon, so I think I'm just gonna go for the Fire Energy. Dude, we don't have any Slugma? What? Bro, both of them are prized. What is this? Alright, I'm just gonna go for Shuppet then. And I'm just gonna spit innocently. Maybe we can get it from our prize. So both of them were prized. Nope, we got a Raihan. Okay. So first and foremost, we have to find our Slugma. If we can get our Hisuian Heavy Ball, we can get a Slugma from our prizes. And they evolve into their Frostmoth. They evolve into Bibarels. Now they can draw extra cards. And Still waiting to see what my opponent's main attacker is. So their mana fee, we're not too concerned about this mana fee. That can actually be a target for our Sableye because it only has 70 HP. Okay, Pot Helmet, Evolution Incense. I think they're just thinning out there. And Cynthia's Ambition. Okay, very nice. We did knock out one of their Pokemon, so that allows them to draw extra cards this turn. 8 total cards, but they're just gonna pass. Okay, I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. Gotta find our Hisuian Heavy Ball, though. I think I'm just gonna attack. Spit innocently, and hopefully we get a Slugma. There it is. All right, nice. That's what we're showcasing, guys. We need to set up our Magcargo line. We finally got our Slugma. Now we can set it up, but it will take 2 turns before we can start attacking with it. And so far, Cramorant is doing its thing. And I am reserving my Manaphy because water-type builds are very sus. You know, they might have Radiant Greninja to attack our bench, so we gotta watch out for that. So go ahead and put Slugma into play. Can use Magma Basin, I guess, and then put an energy on Cramorant. Okay, we can take out their Frostmoth with our Cramorant, and that also allows us to put an energy to our Slugma with the Magma Basin. But because of their Pot Helmet, that increases their defense, and we were 10 HP damage short of knocking out their Frostmoth. And this Frostmoth is actually pretty relevant to their build, but I have yet to see their attacker. Okay, they're gonna use Nessa to get Snom and Manaphy. They keep putting it into play, but they have no idea that we don't really need to hit their bench. Not sure what's going on here. They're having a hard time setting up their main attacker, I guess. Okay. Call for family. Oh, okay. This is a Wailord build, but we are so ahead in the price exchange that I don't know if they can get out of this one. So I'm just going to evolve into Magcargo and also our Bayonet. And I think I'm just going to spit innocently here to get another knockout. Yeah, we're way too ahead in price exchange, but one bad thing about this is if they evolve into their Wailord and increase those defenses, we might not be able to get through that defense as easily. So Cramorant will not be hitting for a lot of damage. And then it will require a few hits before we can knock it out. But we have to set up our Sableye. Maybe we can deal those damage counters to knock out their Wailord. Okay. They need to set up more than one Wailord though. There's the Radiant Greninja. See, I knew they had it. So if they are able to power that up, we need to defend our bench from attack. So we will need our Manaphy. And again, this post-rotation type build is a little bit difficult to control because without any scoop-up net, we can't get our Comfey out of the bench and, say, replace it with Manaphy, which makes it really difficult. And there's the Lake Acuity Stadium, which increases their defense even further, and a Pot Helmet on their Wailord, man. That how many defense is that? 3, 6, 7, 8. 8 defense. So 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're only dealing 30 damage with the Cramorant, but they're gonna knock it out with 240 damage. Okay. I'm gonna put Magcargo in the active spot. We can use Raihan to accelerate energy. And then we got a fire energy as well. So we can deal 220 damage minus their defense. I don't think we can knock it out, but still, it will be within knockout range later on. I'm just going to use Lost City Stadium and then put Sableye in play. 6. All right, we got 6 cards in our Lost Zone. That's going to make it 9 with this Lost Volcano attack. 160 damage. Not quite enough to knock out their Wailord. But with the Lost City in play, they can knock out my Magcargo. Those goes into the Lost Zone as well. And now we can use our Sableye to spread damage. We can knock out their Frostmoth as well as this Wailord just by spreading those damage counters on their Pokemon. So we are looking good. That's going to get us 2 prizes. And then after that, we just need 1 more to win the game. They are powering up their Greninja. If they end up attacking with it, they can knock out 2 of our Pokemon because we still need to set up our Manaphy. But with this knockout, that actually leaves 1 room on our bench to put our Manaphy, and that's going to defend our bench. So I think we got this. We are looking good. This is a pretty close matchup. The high defense definitely makes a big difference. Dude, we got, we got an energy from our top deck. Let's put our Manaphy to protect our bench from their Radiant Greninja. And we can just use our Bayonet later on. I don't think we need it right now. We have all the cards we need in the Lost Zone. Yep. And we're just going to Lost Mine. So we just need 1 damage counter on their Frostmoth to knock it out. And then we need 4 damage counter on this Wailord. And then we can put the rest on their Radiant Greninja. There it is. Nice. Very nice. All right, we got another Magcargo line. So at least we were able to use Magcargo, deal enough damage against that Wailord, put it within knockout range. So it did make a big difference. But yeah, I think we got this. We have Mirage Gate to put energies to our Pokemon, so we just need to find 1 more Pokemon to help us attack. If we can get another Sableye, we can just spread damage to their Manaphy or even their Bibarel to get the final knockout. Otherwise, we can also knock out this Radiant Greninja. It has 70 damage on it already, so we just need to hit it for 60 more damage. So I think we got this in the bag. It was quite difficult getting through that defense of that Wailord, but my opponent did have a really bad start. They just couldn't find and set up their Wailord. They could have probably gotten an upper hand with this matchup if they were only able to set up a lot faster. And they don't even attack, bro. They don't even attack, and they're just gonna scoop. All right, well, good game. There you have it, guys. The Magcargo. What do you think of it? Let me know in the comments below. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to smash the like button for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching the Popsicleknight channel, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.